Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of 4 Red Flood as Japan. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we've won the Civil War. We are currently trying to deal with the Sunset Crash because having a broken economy generally isn't great, especially since this means we're not building factories at really any rate. You wouldn't even create a faction with us? No, you would let us join a faction. So Uganda is, I mean, they're going to lose. There is no doubt in my mind about that. Because they always lose. I don't even know if they can really effectively ever win. So we'll get our Great War tanks, because we do need to actually start producing tanks at some point. Okay, the Spanish Civil War has begun. And rebuild a nation. And then we have to do all these. So you can reform the economy. Stability goes up. Consumer factory goods plus 15%. That's being is better than the plus 20% we're at right now. And people like us more. But libertarian wrong in that one. Oh, actually, it's still wrong in all of them. Fantastic. So, cancel the monopolies. Finish the sunset repairs. And then we still have to do the industrial revitalization as well. Dismantled or... Where is dismantled? It is... like, very bottom. Okay. So it's going to take us... We basically have to do this whole tree, and then because we're doing industrialization, revitalization, which is going to take a while. So let's go for Concentrated Industry 2. Or Concentrated Industry 1, I guess I should say. Yeah, we're still missing the tanks. Don't tell me about that right now, because I do know you're not really giving me any new information here. And you're not in my faction yet, because that's because I, you know, legitimately don't have a faction. Actually, what I should do is I should take... you guys and put them on the border with the Fenian clique. Oh wait, no, you don't have a... you don't have a dockyard. Like, you actually need a port. How long will that take? It's gonna take until June 1937. Like, I mean, I guess we can put troops here as well. You know, prepare for the invasion of Asia, China. That's what it's called. We'll put some troops into this province as well. Prepare them for an invasion here. The revolution must be exported. We'll take over the Fenian clique as soon as we have a naval base here. Again, you only have about 15 divisions, so you really can't stand up for a multi-pronged attack. I'm assuming we have enough supplies for this area, yes? Yeah, by far, not even close to actually losing it. Well, here's a clear war in Greece. Which I've never seen them actually do. So, okay. Some new events are always nice. And I'm guessing, yeah, you still don't do anything, right? Yeah, only those two do. Oh, no, they've updated some of this. Like, this actually does stuff now. It didn't used to. I think they all used to be nothing. We've completed Sunset Crash. I'm actually going to go first for reclaiming against the Fenian clique. Taking them over, I think, is going to give us a nice place to start off with. It's only going to take 70 days as well, which is not too bad. And I have basically nobody down here, and they're all very expensive, so we're going to ignore them for now. Decryption plus 0.05, I think, is good. Plus 0.5, not 0.05. 0.05 would basically, I think, be worthless. Yeah, and you literally can't get over there, because, yeah, you don't have a port. You also don't have an army. Can I not, like, build out of you? My little puppet state friend? No, it's right there, yes. We'll just copy this one. And start training them actually here. You know, if we can use all, you know, this Chinese manpower, I think that seems like a pretty good idea to me. Again, it's going to take forever. Yeah, I mean, it's already 31% of the way done. We're already in January of 37, so like it shouldn't take that long. And I do have a single soldier right now. It's an artillery unit, so maybe not the best one they could have gone with, to be honest, but that's okay. Yes, we're slowly building up troops. We're going to basically just deploy the Chinese troops as soon as they're ready to deploy. And that should all be fine, I think, for now. Of course, we do need to start, like, militarizing the hell out of our country. Like, we can go to partial mobilization once we hit 150, but I think we can go straight into war economy. That's more than 40% of our factories, so we're at 83. No, so even if we were at war with the Fanning Clique, we would not be able to actually go into war economy. We can go into partial mobilization, which I think we do want. Got a research speed bonus, which is lovely. Let's go for radio. And now we can actually start building up our tanks. And we can reclaim this territory. Excellent. We're going to do that in just a moment. But I think it's time for us probably to reform the economy. Force filling factories would be nice. But you also make just general improvements, so I think you're probably the best option here. So I'm not going to attack you again until I actually build that port. So you still got a few months left to live, Fanny and Clique. Don't worry about it too much. I think I just got a war in Switzerland. Okay. I don't know why, but we'll see how that turns out. Proletarian steel. Germany's really mad at... I guess they have a CB against Sweden. I don't really know why. Maybe just to support the North Atlantic People's Councils. That would be my best guess. It looks like the Spanish Republic is going to win. Do you actually do anything? Your tree is literally just getting a million millions of experience. So the answer is not really. In fact, having the default focus tree is better than having a focus tree that doesn't actually work. Yeah, because you don't actually do anything. So Switzerland's been annexed by the French. I'm sure nothing bad will happen there. Yeah, we're going to concentrate in Industry 1. Let's go for the light tanks, I guess, as well. Just get both of those out of the way. So got until June. Like, it'd be nice for us to get even one more factory. I think it would definitely speed that up a decent amount. But you're going to give us a 15% construction speed. And 5% less consumer goods factories. So, I mean, that should give us at least a handful more. Do I need to do anything? Weak stability plus 1%. More support. No, I don't think we need to really do anything here. I mean, our stability is still low, but there's not much we can actually do about that, at least not right now. Yeah, so Sunset Crash is going to be a little bit better. I mean, we still have severe inequality, which is not great. Do I actually have less factories now? I can work for... Oh, actually, I have even less now than I had a second ago. So... You actually made things worse? Thanks for that. Right now, how are we a rural backwater? I don't believe that for a second. Okay, so we're at 35% consumer goods factories now, which is not the best. Replace economic reform with worker cooperatives. I mean, I could probably just send, like, my entire army over here anyways. And it'll probably still be fine. Again, I can't get military access through any of you, I believe. We're not at war. Different ideology. Who is... None of you are actually my ideology. I mean, we're all basically yeah. We're not really different ideologies. We're similar enough that I think it should be fine. So you know, I'm just gonna declare war on you right away. I'm not gonna call in China because right now I don't think it's actually going to benefit us at all. And I don't think they can really do much to stop us. I don't know, and I don't think these guys are gonna leave because they're a puppet state of ours. We can call them in at any time theoretically. I don't think they're ever going to move. Because unlike when we were playing as France and the no, I'm thinking of a different campaign. Never mind. That's for something that hasn't even aired yet. But you know, the AI will typically like abandon their borders if they feel like you're not a threat. But as far as the game's concerned, my ally over there is a threat, which is going to essentially mean that they are just going to die because they don't know what they're doing. Spearhead your way over there. And that should work out okay. And then we'll just attack Korea right afterwards, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm surprised you guys are actually holding out as well as you are. These tank divisions definitely aren't going to survive. Okay, Bulgaria was annexed. Not actually very surprised by that, honestly. It seems logical. That's what would have happened. Let's go for the anti-Zaibatsu campaigns. Yeah, so local cooperatives were just the exact same penalty. Effective change was 15% stability. And then that should at least fix everything once we dismantle the monopolies. And then everything should be hunky-dory, and everything will be great. So Austria's declared war on Czechoslovakia. I don't think this Austria will actually declare war on Germany, though. No, actually, no, they will attack Germany. So we'll see what happens over there as well. Germany did annex Prussia. So good for them, I guess. So you guys should basically just kind of flood the countryside, and you should more or less be good to go. I'm actually going to just be very aggressive right now, because they can't really stop you at this point. Okay, there are going to be multiple combats, which is good for us. We have no steel, and we can't import any steel, just because of the fact that, well, don't have any factories to trade away with you. And I don't want to call you in, because if I call you in, you're just going to get invaded right away. I mean, they own Beijing, but it's actually technically not a core state of theirs, so that makes things pretty simple for us. And I doubt you really have a navy, do you? No, so we're not worried about any of our troops being sunk, shipping them over. Yeah, you just run up like that. That should be okay. We don't need to make any more heavy tanks. We'll go for support weapons 1. Yeah, how about you go like that? And that should work out okay, I think. And now these guys will have no supplies. And how about you walk like this, maybe? It looks a little bit strange, but I think it makes sense. Stretch out these lines like that. Everybody who's on, you're over here, please. Okay, Czechoslovakia has been annexed. That's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, looks like they're actually starting to ban this area, so I'm actually going to call you in now. You have to accept. You don't have a choice. But at least distract the AI a little bit more, because now they think they have more threatened borders, when they really don't, actually. You don't need to be attacking that way, to be honest, dude. I'm sure you're close to capitulation. As soon as we take over this city, like, you should be more or less dead. And then you guys can prepare for an invasion of Korea. How many troops does Korea have? 11 to 15 divisions. Baby numbers. So, you know, prepare for the invasion there. How many men have I lost so far? 23,000 is actually not great. I really feel like we probably could have done a little bit better. Oh, you my Chinese troops. Okay, you've actually are ready to deploy. You're going to deploy onto this guy. Thank you very much. I mean, I know you can't do it right now, but in a moment you'll be able to, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so now let's go trial the guilty. Let's get light tanks, and I guess now would be a good time to build the heavy and light tanks. We do need those guys. Eventually, you know, we need to start actually producing units that can actually fight decently. Okay, and you've been ready to annex, so take all of your states. We'll shrink you like that. We will give pink the rest like that, and orange will come down here onto your border, because you are despotic. You're not... I don't think you'd actually join my faction, even if I could invite you. So you guys are going to go down here. Orange, you're going to basically try to push your way down here. Of course, you know, we do have like a... I guess kind of like a colony on that side. You were the Fentine clique. And then I'm going to... There we go. It did destroy your front lines. I do realize that. So set you guys here. And that should be fine where it is. I mean, okay, it still makes this really weird. It's still like this pink color, which I'm not a big fan of, but... Because it still it reminds me of the old Imperial Japan, which we, you know, no longer are. Still can't really build anything. Our port did finish, though, so I mean, that's nice. So what can we do? I mean, we're still trying to fix the economy. I mean, we could go, after we've trialed the guilty, we could just, Oh, wait, no, I have to actually annex all this territory. Sorry about this brief stint of independence, but I gotta transfer that to me. And then apparently there's a decision over here which will allow us to, release it as a puppet, which might change the color to be something a little bit better. Perhaps. That's at least my hope here. So we can liberate Korea. We'll get a puppet focus against them, and we can also liberate Japan, or liberate Vietnam. Doesn't mean we actually have to attack them right away. We can just create the worker-specific front first. That won't allow us to intervene in the Civil War, though, unfortunately. Because it's kind of funny, you do the 3-month campaign, as long as Imperial Japan's at war with them, you'd still be able to do it. And that would still allow you to intervene in the Chinese Civil War. But unfortunately, we can't do that at the moment. But I think this is going to be a good time to end this episode. Thank you for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not doing, click thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.